The leading Brexiteer Mr Bone pulled a priceless face when he was quizzed by Vicki Young over the state of the economy after Brexit and whether leaving the EU would be a success. The comment comes after Boris Johnson has called for more money to be spent on the NHS, reopening the debate surrounding the Brexit bus. Vicki Young suggested that Brexiteers such as Mr Bone were now making promises they could not keep as they did not know what the outcome of Brexit would be. She said, "Isn't the problem here that nobody knows exactly what is going to happen once we leave the European Union?" BBC Brexit News Peter Bone clashed with a BBC host during a heated interview. "You obviously think it is going to be a great success. There are others who don't think it is going to be a great success and it might cost the country money. The truth is that none of you know for sure. You can't possibly know for sure what is going to happen on either side of this argument, so you are making promises again which you don't know if you can keep." Mr Bone pulled a number of stunned faces before laughing at the reporters' questions. He said, "With all due respect, that is total rubbish. With all due respect, that is total rubbish." Peter Bone. The reporter tried to interrupt the Tory MP, leaving him furious. Mr Bone said, "Can I answer? You've asked me. Can I answer? The situation is that there is £14.5 billion we give to the European Union, net. We send them the money. There's the check, they spend it. You can't argue with me with that because that is what is happening. When we don't spend that money we can spend it on our own services here. Or we can cut taxes or we can reduce the deficit. Even the BBC cannot argue that it's a Brexit dividend. Please explain to me how that is not correct." Young said that it was not a BBC argument, and she was explaining what Mr Bone's opponents would argue, that there could be a downside for the economy, but neither side of the debate yet knew what the outcome of Brexit would be. The Conservative Party MP took a deep breath and replied, "You cannot argue that we give £14.5 billion every year to the European Union. If we are not giving that money to the European Union, we can spend it here. That's just plain common sense." Friday, December 8, 2017. Here is the 15-page Brexit deal in full. "You can argue that there will be a terrible downturn in the economy and everything will go wrong if we come out of the European Union. Actually, that is what the Remainers said before the referendum. Actually, the reverse has happened. The stock market is at its highest level. We have got unemployment right down. It is at the lowest level it's been for 40 years, isn't it? More people in work than ever before. Why should we believe those people? But this specific argument on the money you cannot argue about, because that is what we pay, and if we are not paying that, we can be spending it on our public services." The comments come as the Foreign Secretary called for money cash to be spent on the NHS.